For numbers 3 and 4, you're going to be graphing a system of inequalities. The only difference here is that the answer is not just a point, it is a section of the graph. The section of the graph where the shading overlaps is your goal for these questions. What's nice about this first one is it's already in the y=4 format. The y-intercept will be 4, so I need to go up to 4 on the y-axis and make a dot. And the slope here is a positive 1, so going up 1 and to the right 1 for the graph. And since it is greater than or equal to, it is going to be a solid line graph. And we need to do our shading. The shading, since it's y greater than, is going to be above the line, so above your y-intercept is kind of the easiest way to tell where that is. And so this whole area here will be shaded. Then for the other line, the y-intercept is also at 4, but the slope is -2, so it's going down 2 and to the right 1, down 2 and to the right 1, down 2, the right 1, down 2, right 1. There we go. It's less than or equal, so it will be a solid line again. So connecting with a solid line. And it's less than or equal to, so the shading will be below. So go to the y-intercept and look below there. There's where we're at, where we're below. So all of this area is considered below. Now what you need for the final answer, though, is you need the area where the shading overlaps, which is over here, and you want to be sure that you make this part of your graph really, really darkly shaded so that we can tell where your final answer is going to be. For number 4, the first one's in y=4 format, so I'm going to look for that one first. Y-intercept at -3. Slope of +1, so up 1 and to the right 1. It's greater than or equal to, so again it will be a solid line, and watch for that, because if it didn't have the little equals bar underneath, it needs to be a dotted line on the graph, and that's a very big deal. It's whether or not that actual line is included in the solution or not, so that's a big difference there. So y greater than, so it's going to be shaded above. So here we go. This whole area over here is above. And now let's look at the other one. I'm going to solve for y because cover and solve won't work very well having a 3 here, and you would have to divide that, and it's just kind of safer when you're doing inequalities to solve for y. So I'm going to subtract the 3x to get the y term alone. So it's going to be y less than or equal to -3x minus 1. So, and that's all done solving for y there. So the y-intercept is at -1. And the slope's -3. So down 1, 2, 3, and over 1. Down 1, 2, 3, and over 1. This one is also, it's less than or equals to, so it's also a solid line. It's very rare to have them all be solid lines. Very steep line. It's less than, so it means below. Go to your y-intercept and look below it. That's the easiest way to find the below the graph region. So all that area is below. And then for my shading, I need where they're overlapping. So here is the overlapping, and again, make that part really darkly shaded. For that answer for number 4. And that's how you graph those.